Mr. Rixer, what's up? Are you on night shift? Nice. Dude, gotta earn that bread. Get the bread. It has been a while. I've been pretty busy myself. I've only recently just got back to streaming again. Still not super consistently, but better than before. I have 2 monitors now, which is pretty awesome. I managed to lug a second monitor with me to university. I was kind of worried it would break in my suitcase, but it's all good. Made it in one piece. I cushioned it with enough clothes. Albertster, what's up? Badges are amazing. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. It was not too much effort on my part. I don't want you to think that I put too much time into it. I mean, I did, getting the gradients right, but it was just something I wanted to contribute to your stream. What are you doing tonight? So I basically saw a super cool thing the other day. And I want to see if we can make it or bring it back to life. Because the site no longer works. So I'll show you what I mean. It's called... Let me get rid of... that's not what I wanted. Dog theme. This. So basically, this site used to exist a couple years ago. It was called Twitch Grid, and basically, it was a website that basically got all of the profile pictures of your followers and put it into a grid, and they would animate and they would do all that kind of stuff. And the site was called twitchgrid.com, except when you go to it now, the site no longer works because it's dead. So I thought it would be maybe a cool thing to see if we can bring that back to life using some neat animation libraries, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I thought it'd be a cool thing to see if we can do. I'm definitely, if I do make this like a thing, I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye on the endpoint, because if, well, I don't know, I'm not thinking that far ahead yet, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start off super basic, and we'll see what happens with it. I'm going to avoid using jQuery, if at all possible. We'll just try to do everything super vanilla. Alright, anyway, hope you guys are having a great night. I should probably be sleeping or doing homework or something, but... well, I'm streaming instead. I also want to play, the Turing test, which looks... I mean... I played a game a couple months ago that was about speaking to a sentient robot. I can't remember what it was called. Oh, it's called Event Zero. It was a pretty fun game. I really enjoyed it. And there's a puzzle game that I've been wanting to play for a while as well. That's kind of in this similar vein. It's called the Turing Test. It's a puzzle game from what I understand, but I don't know exactly what the details are behind it. Although I'm guessing AI is involved. Because Turing Test. But yeah, it has similar graphics to Event Zero, I think, and it's like set in space. So yeah, that's something I want to check out. Maybe I might do that today if I get stuck on this, but we'll see. How do we start this off? I guess a script. Although maybe I should do this in a separate JavaScript file. You know what? Let's do that. Because I feel like I should. Grid.js. Sleep sounds like a cool idea, and sleep is for pussies. Cats. Yeah, well, I've definitely went without the sleep yesterday, and I don't feel too great for it, so I'm trying to kind of get back into a good sleeping pattern, because otherwise my work is probably going to suffer. Even though I work better at night, it's probably something I need to turn around. It's probably not too healthy. I mean, you're probably used to it because you have night shifts, so it's kind of your thing. Let's just see if that worked. Where did that go? I went up on the other screen. Okay, nice. You can't see it right now, but it loaded on the other screen, so we're all good. Okay, so I guess we can just use fetch because we don't need jQuery anymore. We're okay with that. And I always forget the follows endpoint. So let me see if I can bring that up. Twitch API reference. I apologize in advance, it's going to be super bright. Oof. So oh yeah, I saw recently that they added new endpoints, which is pretty interesting. Returns all moderators in channel. Cool. I'm sure you could get that. I don't know if you could get the information from chat actually. It needs a scope, which is pretty interesting. I guess if you have like hidden moderators, you probably like secret moderators that you don't want other people to know about. Returns a list of moderators or users added and removed as moderators. Now this is interesting. It's some kind of log. So does that keep track of just every event ever of adding mods? That's pretty interesting. I would have thought that was, well, it is an IRC thing, so that makes sense. Stream tags I've seen. I haven't played around with that yet. Get videos is actually a thing. Oh yeah, I was just using this the other day. It's really annoying because it doesn't actually return the game that the video is set as, which makes sense because videos might have chapters, so like multiple games, but I don't see why that couldn't have been added to the data response as well, like just an array of games that were played during the video, like that's already accessible, like you can see that as in chapters, when you go to someone's VOD. So I don't really get that. But aside from that, it's quite a lot of useful information there. I know Clips gives a game ID, but then you have to look up the game, which I guess makes sense. It's just multiple calls or whatever. Banned events, banned users, also interesting. Not sure if I have a use for it at the moment, but it's good to know. There's a bits leaderboard, which is also cool. But we're interested in user follows. Gets information on follow relationships between two Twitch users. I like how they used lyric in the example. Well, I'm a night person, but I like day shifts more. I'm never getting used to night shifts. Yeah, I imagine it's a pretty hard thing to kind of just switch your whole internal clock like that. And do you know for how long you have to be doing night shifts? Is it like a permanent thing, or is it just temporary? I want 2 ID, I think. Yes, so we can just do this. I can just get my ID. Let me just pull up my ID real quick. I always have to query my own channel because I can't remember my ID off by heart. There we go. So it's this. And this. And let's check out that. Why doesn't it like that? Oh, it was just lagging. Rip. Oh no, I forgot to attach a client ID. Oof. Headers. Client ID. I'm just going to use one that I've prepared earlier. Give me a second. Well, at the moment I just get called to work, like yesterday at 10 AM, got a call to come. Oh right, so it's like an on-demand thing. Yeah, so that must suck even more because you're constantly having to switch between day and night. Well, I guess, I don't know. I don't know which one I'd prefer. Because at least if you were doing nights every day, you could kind of get used to it, or at least you could try and make things better for yourself. Hopefully it isn't too much of a hassle for you. Okay, there we go, we've got grid. So... oh god, that's so bright. It's given us 364, 84, sorry, as a total. And the last 20 follows, which is pretty interesting. Can it return more? Maximum 100. Okay, so we'll have to do 4 batches then. That's 4 requests. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. I mean, this probably makes sense. Well, maybe 100 is all we need. I don't know, like 200? Last 200 followers? 100 is actually quite a lot already. I mean, that's a 55-50 grid. I think I'll just leave it at 100 for now. I guess we can make a really small grid and then just pretend like we have more data, and then it would just involve feeding in more data or something like that. I don't know. Let me give this a style. I do know my Thursday and Friday work. Those are day shifts and maybe weekend. Ah, okay, gotcha. Well, you have something predictable at least. That's good. Satan, what's up? Hello. I think 15, 15, 15 is my default go-to now. So that's good. I have a default, I can remember it. Oh, that was months ago. It's pretty recent actually. I'm gonna have... Oh wait, I can do all of these in batch, can't I? Yes, that's one request. Awesome. I've come for thy babies. Oh no. That's a Monka W right there. You stay away. I don't have Monka W? Oh, that's bad. Oh, I do. Why didn't it show up on my tab? I don't know. Satan, you stay away. Yeah, Monka W. We need another, Code has something spooky. I don't know if I have anything spooky. Thank you for the bit. Distro, what's up? Hello. I should probably get bit badges. I know I can upload them now. I don't have anything in mind though. Maybe I can make it Halloween. For Halloween. Because I don't think they need approval actually, so I can just change them after the fact. Something spooky. Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, this was just Halloween animations. I'm not very good at animations though. I kind of try to stay away from it. Let's call this follows. Yes. And actually I don't want that. So we have the data that looks like this, and I guess we can just map through and take from ID. since that's everyone's ID. So we'll have a list of 100 IDs. Followers, data, map. From ID. Console log. IDs. Awesome. Now we need to get everyone's profile pictures. Which is going to be pretty... I mean, I know with Helix you can actually get everyone's profile pictures in one go. Limit is 100, so it seems like I can do it in 100 user batches. I'm only going to do the first 100 for now. I'm not going to bother cursoring, paginating, whatever the word is, through the other 100 follows. And yeah, we'll see. Okay, so now I need const, I guess I'll just call them users. Twitch, Helix, users, ID. Followers. Oh no, it's IDs, isn't it? IDs. Join. And ID equals. This is gonna be a pretty big return, I think. Oh, I forgot there. Why do I always forget that? Here we go. Happy? God, that's a lot of users. Profile image URL. Okay, we got that. I like cookies. The eating kind or the information storage kind? Or both? They're not mutually exclusive. Now I need to do DOM stuff. I wonder if a grid would be better. Grids are always better, I think. I haven't used FlexGrid too much before though. This might be a good learning opportunity. One more than the other, but otherwise both. Ah, okay. I'm gonna assume you mean when you say one more than the other, the one that you like more is the eating kind, but hey, maybe maybe it's the other way around. Oh my god, I just saw Albister's do emote, that's amazing. Why haven't I seen that before? Thanks, Mr. Skeletal. Thank you, Mr. Skeletal. Am I going to be blessed with amazing bone structure until I die? Because that would be awesome. Because it's new? Ah, okay. That'll be why then. Dude. Anyway, let's see. What am I doing? Let's just append everyone's... Oh, what am I doing? You know what? No, let's not do that. And I think Twitch just broke for me. Yikes. I can still see chat, but all the badges have gone. Weird. Okay, never mind. Is that a bat? Oh, maybe I shouldn't call it PPs. Profile images. Images. I'll just call them images. Have fun. Gonna hop in and out of stream. Now go do some work. Alright, Mr. Ixer, sounds good. Enjoy your night shift if you can. And yeah, I'll see you around. Have a good one. If I don't see you again. Users, data, and we want people's profile image URL. I'm so glad that they're adhering to nice JSON structure. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Twitch, or it might have been like Stream Elements or something, or it might have just been chat. But one of the JSON keys had a dash in it, so the only way you could access it was by wrapping it in square brackets and with quote marks. Not like that. And it was really annoying because everywhere else you would see like this dot notation, and then you would just see this, and it was really annoying stylistically. But I haven't had to do that recently, so I think that's fixed. I could filter for only partners. Only partners that are following me get to be featured. I'm not going to do that, but... okay. Images. Great. Now we have a whole array of images, which is good. And now we can do adding those to the DOM, probably. Images for each image. Document append child. Im. Const im equals create element image, the source of which will be the image, and I could probably not grab all of the images and actually just iterate through each user, because then I would have their name as well, which could be useful. But I'm not too concerned with that right now. Oh, rip. Wait. Okay, that's big images. Let's not do that. Image width, image height, say 30. Not like that. Did I get rate limited? I didn't. But none of them appeared. Which is weird. I wonder if I can't actually set it like that. I thought I could. There we go. That's a lot of images. I am going to actually save the list of people. Not people. The image URLs, because I don't want to have to keep making the call. So I think it will be better if I don't do that. I need to log it. Copy object. Okay, let's comment all of that out. And we'll just have const images equals a whole ton of images. That's not a tool in ISOR. Oh, close it out. What's this grid for? So I am basically going to try and recreate Twitch Grid, which is, or it used to be, a website where it would show your latest followers, profile pictures in a interactive grid. And people used to use it as an iframe for like overlays and stuff, so you could potentially insert it as a source into OBS and just have it animate through profile pictures and things. So I'm gonna see if we can maybe recreate that. I don't know if it will be successful, but it'll be pretty fun just learning to work with grids properly, I guess. Okay, we have images, and I don't need to... And there we go. So I don't need any more requests. I'm a bit concerned about the load time, though. I mean... yeah, it'll be okay. So... I don't know if I've got a Twitch grid. It used to look like... oh god. Not that kind of grid. This. And this video is a couple years old now. The site no longer exists for some reason. I guess maybe not enough hosting, or hosting costs or whatever. Or maybe something else? I don't know. But yeah, basically like this. It's pretty cool looking actually. I do know that a few people complained about like certain pictures showing up more than once. I don't know if that's maybe just because he doesn't have that many followers, so it's just repeating. But that's something that we can look into fixing as well. And then I'm also thinking of different cool ways to animate the grid, which would be pretty awesome. But yeah, we'll see. Can't you set the dimensions upon requesting and set on their side so it have a smaller file size? Oh, you're probably right. That's probably what's causing it. As far as I know, it only returns 300 by 300, unfortunately. I do know with like game. Oh wait, maybe I could just replace the 300 in each of the links. Because I know with the games you can actually set. Yeah, that would probably work. Let's see. So 30 by 30. Oh no, it didn't work. Oof. That's weird. For games, it usually does work. Unless that's just the default. I wonder if it works for a normal profile picture. Apparently not. Wonder if it needs to be a... Also no. Also no. It's just forbidden. That's strange. Because it works with games. It's a lot of profile pictures. I mean, it's coming from a CDN, and that doesn't really alleviate getting it, loading it on our side problem. Oh well, I'll just have to deal with it. Maybe I should go for less. 100 is probably a bit much just for testing purposes. 108, 54. Pizza's here, BLB? Alright. Pizza. That does sound good. I'm sure I've seen something earlier when you have the API docs open. I don't know. I feel like it would have worked with the link. I don't know if you can just... I don't think it's a thing you can request. I know with the games, they give you a template URL, which you can modify to make to your needs or whatever, but doesn't seem to be the case here. I think it might just be because they don't anticipate this kind of use case. Twitch profile picture template. Oh, it just comes up with random irrelevant stuff. That's alright. I have 50. That's probably all I need. So what I think I want to use is Anime.js. don't know. There's probably some really cool grid effects out there. Maybe there's a way to preload images. Like in a RESTful kind of way. Preload images, HTML. This is something that I had an issue with when doing carousels, because the image would always want to load when the carousel moved on to the next thing, instead of all like loading them at the same time. Probably an issue that people usually come up with. Seems to be an option for game thumbnails, but not for a profile image. Yeah, which doesn't really make sense, because clearly they have the capacity to make that happen, like resizing images on the fly. And wait, how do they do it for the bit badges at the top? Oh, I guess they just load the whole image and size it down. They don't have like a template URL for it. That's a shame. Because on the bits leaderboard at the very top, they have the profile images in the pictures, don't they? But actually, I can't see them right now because Twitch is bugged out for me. But that's yikes. Okay, let's see. So, what am I trying to do? Preload images. Well, I guess I can't really preload because the images are fetched dynamically. So it's not like I know what they are in advance. I would need probably to have them load but hidden. But display none just doesn't render the image at all, so I don't think that would help. I guess I could use visibility hidden. This might be a nicer way to do it with an animation library. Let's see. I'll give you some weird content jumps, I suppose. Oh, with having visibility hidden. We'll see what happens. I probably won't do it that way, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it reacts to it. Let's just get started with the grid, I guess. We'll try at least. So, instead of appending to just the body, is it good practice to always have the scripts at the bottom? Usually I have them at the top, but I've seen that it's probably a better idea to have them at the bottom. No, the padding bottom hack. Oh, like have them all load off screen or something? Is that right? I don't actually know that hack, but that kind of, it's the first thing that jumps to mind. Is the pattern botting hat still the best way to ensure no reflow. Huh. Intrinsic size attribute. Maintain their ratios. Sizing fluid image containers with a little CSS padding hack. Fluidly size images. Before the images load, the images appear initially collapsed. Before images have loaded and after. Ah, I see. Oh, so always have the grid. Interesting. I wonder if... Now let me see if I can apply this to a grid. Because I feel like if I use just a regular grid, it might be okay if I just insert into the grid. Because then we might be able to use the grid to do some cool animations. But that does sound useful, especially for situations where you necessarily don't need a grid. Just call this grid. Let's say we want it to take up the whole width and height. And div. I should probably be using Emmet, right? That's one thing that I need to do more of. Let's see. Instead of this, we'll do grid equals document query selector grid. Oh god. That needs to go out the other side, probably. Oh, there's just no columns. Another cool thing with the padding thing is you could have each one a different default background color before the image is loaded. And make some interesting effects with that too, I guess, like fading the grid. Ah, yeah, that does sound cool. And we could bring in the color, what's it called? The same color gradient thingy that I'm using. Oh, D3, that's right. D3 color, which I'm using for the chat box. So that's just interpolating colors automatically. You could probably get it to do that or something. Grid. Template columns. $30? My images are $30, aren't they? Yes. That seemed to work, so let's try that. Autofill empted. I mean, I guess they just get inserted at the thingy. Hey folk, what's up? How's it going? Hope you've been well. How do you have a theme on the Inspect Elements tab? Oh, this? Oh yeah, it's settings, and then there's a dark mode somewhere. Oh, there it is. Inspect Element tab. That's what you mean, right? I think it's what you mean. And thank you. The chat's holding up pretty well. I thought it would break, but I mean, after I expected everything to break once I got back to streaming after the summer, but surprisingly it still worked, so it's kind of awesome. It's like almost 2 AM here, so I kind of have to use dark mode, otherwise my eyes are literally gonna die. But during the day, I actually do use a light theme in VS Code, just not at night. During the day, I think light theme does make sense. It's a bit, I don't know, it's hard to focus on a dark screen when there's like sunlight pouring into the room. There is an extension that I used that automatically switched between dark and light theme depending on local sunset, which was pretty cool. But then it got annoying because sometimes I wanted to override it and it kept switching it back. So I would change it, and then 5 seconds later it would switch back to the dark theme or light theme, and yeah. I eventually uninstalled it, I just did it manually. I'm dumb, I don't have it enabled. I can't live without it anymore. Every time I see someone with a dark theme IDE or code editor or text editor, but then they're using light theme dev tools, it's like, no. And I have to point it out. To save a life. To save people's eyes. Grid item. What if we did fade in 1 second? Or just don't use a keyframes animation. Wait, I don't know if this will work. Grid item. Yeah, this should work, right? Probably. Class name. Grid item. Image, style, opacity. 1. Okay, never mind. That didn't work. Oh wait, I didn't save this. Okay, still didn't work. That might just be the load. I don't know if that's affecting it. I use dark theme all the time on everything. I can't look at light theme anymore. I mean, Discord light theme is done pretty well. I'll give it that. I switched to it temporarily just to see what it looked like because I saw that they made quite a lot of updates to it. I definitely do like the palette they went with, so I think it's well done. It just hurts to use in the evening. It's weird to look at black text on a white screen, yeah. It's a thing. What if I did grid item data visible true, and then opacity is 1, and then I can do so if I don't do anything, it should just not appear, right? Okay, they're loaded, but they're not visible. Oh god, that's a massive profile picture. And then what if I do image set attribute data display, or is it, did I use data display or data visible? Let's use display, or no, visible is good. I mean, seems to load after the fact. Maybe I should wait. I wonder. Oh, I can't do that because actually, let me do it inside here. This is just a test. Everything is, it's all just a test. Don't worry about it. Ah, well, there they appeared. I don't know why. Is the grid just automatically outlined if you're in DevTools? It is. Oh wait, no it's not. Okay. Well, that's still kind of sketchy. I don't know if I would. I'm obviously not going to use that because it would be better to do some kind of async method or whatever, but I'm not going to go down that route. I just want to add them to the grid. And yeah. I don't think this is 100%. What is it? If I can find it. Grid. $100 VH. Okay, that's not ideal. But maybe, unless... 300. God. Wait, I didn't want to apply it to that individual element. Oh no. That's... we can't do that. Let's grid item width 300, height 300. Wait, why didn't it go to 300? Oh, because I didn't save this. Duh. What? Okay, that is not what we wanted. I'm not gonna go 300, I'm gonna go 150. And this is gonna be... oh, that's because this was 30. Right. Okay, that's looking a bit more competent. Cool theme on VS Code too. I like purple. And Veloc lazy load. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I like this theme. I used to use one Monokai a lot. If I can find it. I used that basically for ages. Which is this one? Yes. Oh god, it's so weird using it now. But over the summer I switched to Nebula because I was watching quite a lot of space movies over the summer and I really liked the space sort of theme, so I tried quite a lot of different ones out. This one stood out to me because like all the certain things that I needed to be highlighted were highlighted, so like the function, because some of them have, some of them don't have 100% coverage of every thing that needs to be highlighted. Like some of the things like have the same color, so it was actually kind of hard to use certain themes. But this one points out everything that I need, which is pretty epic. Also, I like it when it uses italics. I think when used tastefully, they're pretty nice looking. Like this. And there's also some other instances in, I think it's in Promises. There's some italics being used, which is pretty nice. Lazy load. Huh. Oh, this is familiar from a thing that I was using in Vue.js, which was have a blurry version of the image show up. Which is pretty cool. There were also skeleton loaders, which was pretty amazing, although I never got a chance to implement them. So the skeleton loaders are the ones where you have like a shiny white gleam going over the image. I think Facebook uses it quite a lot to indicate that something's loading. Let's see, something that I want to here. Well, I'm gonna take out this this thing. I'll just comment it out for now. And I'm gonna take out this. This. I might just have the page not load. I mean, I should probably be doing this in a framework instead of just vanilla, but we'll see. I shifted a bit into graphic design, but before that I was learning web dev. I want to come back to it though. Learning a lot of different languages, it was weird. I just remember that from learning it. Oh, JS. Yeah. JS is... I know people who abhorrently hate it because of just how easy it is to go wrong with it, which I can understand. I know a lot of people are suggesting using other languages that compile to JavaScript. Things like TypeScript probably offer a lot more security. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. There's definitely lots of ways to go wrong with it, but you can make some pretty cool things with it. The more object-oriented languages like C#, C++, those kind of languages are they look daunting, but actually they're probably quite a good place to, well, I guess for web development that doesn't really help because it's not really web stuff, but at least just getting used to types and the logic of code. I went the other way around. I did more web stuff before I went to those kind of languages, and I don't know, it's interesting. It's very universal. Yeah, it is, since it's pretty much a web, like, used all across the web, but there are ways to abuse it, I guess. At least just to make stuff that goes terribly wrong. I know people who treat it like an object-oriented language are probably the people who hate it because, well, it's not an object-oriented language. So they're gonna have a hard time of it. But, you know, it's all part of the debate. I tried to stay away from it. I just do what I can. Let's see. I'm just looking at this. I feel like I want to do a thing. Like so many different things you wouldn't think of coding with JS, yeah. Well, if it's a web thing, it's probably got JS powering it. The chat resembles Facebook Messenger a bit. Yeah, I definitely wanted to go with like the kind of bubble-like feel. Honestly, I think I have the timeout messages set too low. I think it's at 30 seconds. Should be 60. Or maybe it's... I don't know. I don't have two instances of the chat box at the moment. I just have the one. So every time I want to like use it for a game, I have to change the times. I should probably just make two, but I'm trying to avoid having to manage two versions of the chat box. I was thinking of making it a URL parameter. Probably be a better idea. What do you think of the new Twitch design and all the changes? I was kind of against it at first, I think. Mostly just because, well, change. I was actually on Twitch when they changed it. Like, I think I just clicked a link and then everything changed and I was like, oh no, what happened? But it's kind of growing on me, I think. I'm using Francoface said for changing the theme, the background theme, because I don't like that it was completely pitch black. Like when I checked the CSS of the page, it was actually 000, and I understand that's the default dark theme for material design, which I think is what they're going for. But the contrast is way too much for me. So now I've set it to be like a darkish grey. I think it's the same grey as before. So it's not like pitch black, it's more like this color. Which is definitely a lot easier on the eyes for me. The contrast was too much. So apparently the changes that they did with the CSS was made it easier for FFZ to make those changes, which is pretty sick. So that's something good that came out of it. Other than that, I mean, I guess I like the new font. It's geometrical. It's pleasant on the eyes. But yeah, I can understand what they were going for. Just a facelift, I guess. And now it makes sense as to why they were giving out those free shirts before TwitchCon. Because it all had the free logo. The old logo on it. So I was like, oh, well, there you go. The shirts have the old logo on it now. But it's pretty similar looking, so I don't mind. Overall, designers are against using black, or zero black. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's just too dark. Doesn't, it's not too great for me. But yeah, what do you think? Are you for it? I don't think there's a way to switch back, as far as I can tell. I know the Twitter redesign got a lot of people angry, and honestly, I was pretty weirded out at first as well, but I've just accepted it because I know there are extensions for tampering with cookies and stuff to revert it, but apparently they only work half the time, and I don't think the trouble's worth it. I've kind of just gotten used to it now. But yeah, I think the Twitter design was definitely the hardest one to swallow. I need to get this the grid to scroll, so that could be interesting. I like it from a design perspective, and it's good that you don't see the follow channels of someone. Follow channels of someone's stream. Oh, like who someone's following or the follow account. I like that. I kind of like that they hid the follow account. Like, you have to click in to see it. Um, a lot of people, I think, immediately judge a channel by how many followers they have, which is fair. I mean, you kind of just want to see how many followers they have, but it's not really a true indicator of like a channel's quality or um, success, I guess. I don't know. I'm just rambling. But yeah, it's just one less thing, I think. I know some people were pretty miffed about it. I judged by that. I just didn't go under like 200 followers. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing as well. It doesn't stop people from checking, but... what am I doing? Right, grid item. Because you don't see high quality streams under that number, or very rarely. Yeah. I mean, I understand what you mean. I'm pretty sure that when I started out streaming, at least semi-seriously on this channel, for like development stuff, my panels were literally just non-existent, and my starting soon screen was a black background with some default Arial text. And it wasn't until I started streaming more that I decided to get rid of them eventually. I think that's the whole thing about, well, I'm not big, so I don't need it. And to be honest, it's not really something that like I need anyway, because I really don't plan on streaming for success on Twitch. I kind of just like sharing the process of stuff that I do. That's really about it. I don't expect anything to come from it, and I don't plan to make streaming a full-time thing. So yeah, I feel like it's a huge way off. Obviously, when people sub, it makes me anxious, which is why I've been considering disabling affiliate, because it's just something that I don't really need. But the upside to affiliate is that I have quality options, which is mostly what I have affiliate for. Other than that, it's everything else is just bonuses, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. I'll just go to the bottom of the page and find the smaller streamers, because I like the slow chat. Ah, yeah, I know what you mean. Like when you can actually have a chat with the streamer instead of just the streamer having to divert their attention between the game and a really fast-moving chat. Smaller communities tend to have nicer people. It's definitely the case. I mean, there are some bigger communities that have really nice communities, but it's far and few between. I like your channel panels, really cool, simplistic and clean. Thanks. Yeah, I think I did that in the summer before I did like a whole big redesign. And I really like the idea of having everything in one place.
so that was a lot of fun to work on. So I think I'm gonna be using a not anime. Why did I type anime? Anime.js. I don't actually watch any anime, but I've heard a lot of things about it. Good things, mostly. Anyway, this is a library that I used to use quite a bit. Haven't used it too much recently, but they've recently had a big redesign, and this is apparently stuff they can do now. And I'm thinking that we might be able to use this kind of patterning or whatever for a grid effect. Like, this looks really cool. It might be lagging right now because I think I've got quite a few things open. It's probably not particularly too good. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I want to use this more. There seems like it's a lot of things you can do with it. Let's get back to coding. Staggering. I think staggering will be quite useful. Learn more about staggering. Oh, they updated the font on this. Unless it was always like this. This looks different. That's pretty neat. Let's I guess I should be downloading a local copy of anime, but I don't really feel like doing that. Or we'll just use a CDN. I think it's the latest one. If it's not, I'll have to download it. 3.1. That's 2. Do they have... They don't. Then we'll just have to download it. Let me see. The boss of my barber shouted at him because I was talking with him too much. Oh god. He distracted everyone. Getting people into trouble. Disto shouted at me because you were talking with me too much. Kappa. Honestly, I don't stream and expect to get too much work done. Like, if I definitely want to get something done, I probably won't stream it. Because I just know that I'm going to get sidetracked on streaming. And not that this conversation was a sidetrack. I mean, when I say sidetracked, I mean people sending links to... Oh, what was it? Like, 2 streams ago, I think I ended up just watching... Norwegian horror trailers, or like horror movie trailers, like for pretty much a good chunk of the stream, and that was that stream. I didn't get anything done really, so yeah, I kind of just know that's the thing that's gonna happen. Okay. Anime source, is it index lib? Oh, there we go, lib. Now I need it to go into the place where the thingies exist. Grid. Let's just move everything whilst we're at it. So this will need to reference JS. And then we have anime.js. That's not the thing I needed. It's weird how tiny this looks, but can do so much. Like, even all of the tokenization still works. Crazy. Let's try out some of this staggering. I don't know if it'll work, but it might. Kind of upset that this is supposed to be... Oh, maybe I just got the number wrong. Okay, so... Huh. It didn't say how I could do the other thing, though. Not that. Overlapping animations. Yeah. And I feel like probably this. I'm in the process of creating a Minecraft server, but don't know shit about coding plugins or even setting them up. When I see other servers, I'm just getting more and more depressed because of how well. I recently had a Minecraft server. It was like on a super cheap hosting, and actually installing plugins isn't as hard as you think it is. I'm pretty sure it's literally just drag dropping a folder into like the plugins, whatever. The only thing that is probably quite difficult is setting up permissions correctly. But I think there are a whole bunch of tutorials on that, so I'd say give it another shot. It's probably easier than you think it is, as tends to be the case with things that seem overwhelming at first. There's a menu point that said grid. Or here. Ah, grid. Ah. This looks interesting. Staggering values based on a 2D array that allows ripple effects. Anime stagger. Value. Grid. Columns. Array. 2 items array. The first number of rows, second number of columns. So we have a target, which I'm guessing is this. Then we have scales and then a stagger, and the grid is 14 by 5. Let's the only thing is this is a fixed grid, I'm pretty sure. Isn't it? It is. Oh, I have mine to auto size, I think, so I probably can't do that. Autofill. How should I do this? Does that work? Yes, okay, so there's 5 by however many down it goes. I'm gonna cut one person off just because, not because I hate them or anything, just because it's kind of throwing me off slightly. Okay, so we should be BI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 by 9. Let's just copy paste this. Staggering. So I think we have ours in grid, so I can just call grid, right? It's in grid. I don't know if this is gonna work. It said rows. Okay, so that's the one across. This is down. Okay, nothing happened, but we also... Anime is not defined. Oh, do I need to consume it? Big yikes. Ash, what's up? Thank you for the follow. How's it going? It's late for you and me, actually. I just realized. I'm talking about permissions, but other servers have custom plugins with so much cool stuff in them. With permissions, you just need to know the basics and the rest can solve itself. Yeah, that makes sense. It's been a while since I played around with Minecraft plugins, but yeah. There needs to be a plugin manager. I'm pretty sure Twitch has one, isn't it? Is that for mods? Or something like that, I don't know. Mine's currently on cheap hosting, we just had to set it up and then move it to a package. Right. Yeah, I was trying to find out how to get it hosted for free, and I did make some progress, but unfortunately all of the free hosts I can find to deploy stuff on just don't have enough memory, basically, or RAM to run a decent sized Minecraft server, at least for 6 to 12 people. I did try hosting on my website as well, and that failed miserably. So yeah, it was ouch. Going well. It's so late just trying to figure out this widget. You know what I think? I think you have a settings on your animation thing turned off. Or it's not set to the right thing, because someone else came to me with the same problem and I tried something with them that I tried for someone else where the browser kept crashing in the editor and it actually worked. So I think that's the answer to your problem, because he didn't have any animations either. And when we changed the settings to let Windows choose, so if you go to the place that I sent you in your DMs, in that options menu, if you set it to let Windows choose, which is the top option, and then press OK, and then refresh the overlay, it should work. It was you? Was it? I don't know. I've come across a couple people have had issues with the widget crashing and stuff. So so it could well have been. It was probably a while ago though. I want to integrate a shop with the server. I don't know how I'm going to connect the site to the server. Oh, yeah. That is probably beyond me. Minecraft plugins are a whole other thing. I did want to look into making a widget. CommonJS ES6. This is what I need, right? Or do I need to do I don't think that's the right. I feel like I had to consume something like that recently. No. Let's try the ES6 thing. Oh, is that... I don't think that's a way to do it though. Let Windows choose? That sounds like a terrible idea. It probably is, to be honest. You need to tick the top option that says let Windows choose. Or I know there's a specific setting that prevents the animations from working, but I can't remember offhand what it is. So let me see. In advanced system settings, in performance, it's this one. I know there's probably one of these checkboxes that's responsible for making the animations not work properly, but I couldn't be bothered to go work out what it was. So usually in people's computers who had the problem with the animations, it was always because it wasn't set to this. So try that out. And even someone who was on Apple who had a problem with the animations, apparently in his browser he had a reduce motion setting ticked or something, and disabling that fixed it, so that's pretty neat. AnimeJS needs... Oh, hang on. Let me move this up one. Oh, and let me get rid of this. Oh god. That was... something else. Yikes. Okay, let me see. Grid. What is it? Grid item. Did the whole thing. Oh, it did a thing, I guess. Let me actually make it 9 columns. Oh god, there was some stutter there. Probably not a good thing. Yikes. Oh, it worked. Nice. I think it was a smooth scroll checkbox. Ah, right. I just set it to best appearance. You wouldn't know what the stinger transition cutoff problem would be? Is that where it... I don't actually know that problem. Is that the one where it like plays... It shows the other scene before you've transitioned to it or something? where there's like a split second where it shows a different scene. Because you might just need to play around with the transition point in that case. Something like that. Ah, this is why, because the grid isn't set properly. Or maybe not. Why don't I do this? This isn't ideal. I'm gonna have to find... Well, I can use the lazy load thing from before. But we'll see. Huh. It's still pretty stuttery. I wonder if that's because of the grid. That's probably the grid. I don't know actually. Might just be the random weird delays that I have going on. Play only started to go wrong after the OBS Studio update. Are you by any chance using OBS Live? Because I know that OBS Live isn't compatible with the latest version of OBS. So 24, I think. I did have OBS Live. I did uninstall it though because I didn't actually have that much use for it. It was pretty cool. I mean, I didn't need all of the things that it offered, so I thought I'd just take it off. What are you doing? I know I heard the word grid a lot. Yeah, so basically I'm just looking at recreating an old site that used to exist. It was called Twitch Grid. I don't know if anyone here used it. It was basically a grid that showed you all of your followers, and you could add it to OBS as a browser source, and it would like animate your followers and stuff. It was a pretty neat website. I never used it myself, but I heard of it fairly recently. The site no longer exists now, unfortunately. This was a few years ago, 2015. It looks like the site is just dead, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, I'm gonna see if it's a thing we can make. Oh, it does have a login component. I didn't actually know that. That makes sense. It'd actually be a good way to alleviate API calls because I could get very easily rate limited by throttling to my client ID. So using people's OAuth tokens would be good. I don't know if I'm gonna like make it a whole site. I'm just gonna see if it's something I can do. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. But it would be super cool. So yeah, I'm just playing around with potential ideas for a thing. I think getting and displaying the followers is fairly decent, but I mean fairly easy since we've already done that. It's just getting everything working nicely. Honestly, I think I might just redo all of this in a proper framework if I'm going to be offering something like that. And I don't know if I'm getting this lag because of the images. Oh no, it might just be because I don't know. Anyway, this is pretty cool. What? That's so cool looking. I need to, can I inspect this? I'm assuming they use all of the code is like Oh, it's just small square. Oh wait, here. Okay, so that references the container. And then what's L? Is L just a something else, I wonder? Or is that actually... I don't know. I guess it's not. Oh, hang on, what if I do this? Play around with the values. I drank a half a litre at 6 p.m. Now it's not animating. Weird. Can of Red Bull and still don't feel sleepy. Honestly, I have the same thing with coffee. Like, coffee just doesn't do anything for me. It's pretty weird. It's kind of a blessing and a curse because on the one hand, I don't have to worry about coffee keeping me up, but on the other hand, when I need it to keep me up, it doesn't. So it's a double-edged blade, unfortunately. I'm mostly a tea drinker now. No worries, Ash. If you're headed off to sleep, which I probably should be any second now. It's almost 3 a.m. Rip. Yikes. Then have a good night. I'm sleepy from coffee. That's the opposite of what it should be doing. That's just... I don't think anyone wins there. Unless you need something to help you go to sleep, in which case that's a good thing. Maybe just grid then? I don't know. Or maybe... Oh, maybe it's this. I don't know. Why is it stuttering like that? Oh, it might just be because these are super high res. That's yikes. Let me do this. Fonts div. Create element. Div dot style dot width equals div style height 150 EX div style background color blue. Oh, and div. Yeah, I'm tired. Nice stream. Keep it up. Hella chill. Alright, sounds good. Have a great rest of your night. And yeah, have a great day tomorrow. Or today, I should say. I spell element wrong. That's probably a sign that I should go to sleep at some point. Oh, and it doesn't have the grid item thing. Yikes. Grid box. We'll just say that. Doesn't need to be a thing. it did something and I refreshed it. That's a pretty decent effect actually. I kind of like that. That could be pretty useful for overlays and stuff. I need to drink half a liter of energy drink for caffeine to do something. Coffee just doesn't work even when I drink 15 teaspoons of grounded coffee. Oh god. Like Monster or Red Bull, the latter is better for staying up. See, I have when I moved into my accommodation, they gave us each a box of just like snacks and drinks and stuff. And I still have one can of Red Bull left. And I'm saving it. I haven't touched it yet because I know that at some point in the semester, probably near the end, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna regret that. If I drank it now, I'm gonna regret it later. So it's my emergency Red Bull. And honestly, I haven't really had that too many Red Bulls in the past, so I don't actually know if it's gonna do anything for me. But maybe the placebo of drinking it and expecting something, maybe that's all I need. I really like that effect actually. Abisto, welcome back. Oh god, I just saw it do something. That is pretty yikes. I mean, it's a nice effect. It's a bit strong. I should probably change this blue as well. What's a nice color? Let's just go for the blinding blood red. Oh yeah, just like that. No, not really. What's just I don't know. Something dark. That is poop. How did I accidentally come up with poop? Oh, the chat box is a pretty nice color at the moment. I don't know what color that is though. I'll just go with Twitch purple if I can find it. Oh, of course not, because they hid all of their colors behind variables. Ha! Joke's on you, I have a color picker, which probably doesn't work very well. Okay, I've just copied this from the chat box, like from the stream. I don't know if that even worked. There we go. That's a pretty nice color. That is a very strong transform effect though. Good old Colorzilla. Yep. That's Discord blue. That's the color of the chat box right now. I mean, that's what I picked it from. It might be Discord blue, but otherwise that's just a happy coincidence. Grid Square, what's up? We're here to praise you. Yes, we are. It's thanks to grids that we have the ability to do cool grid effects. So thank you for your you're literally all of these grid squares. So thank you. All hail the grid. It's just turned meta. It did. And we're all better for it. So thank you. I'm still slightly upset that this doesn't really work that well with the pictures, but I think it's because... I don't know if it's because the pictures just have a hard time transforming. Because they're so big. Let's try this, having this at 50. Oh god. Let me make this 50 as well. See, that's... Okay, now what if we load that up with the profile pictures? And also let me make this like 0.5. Yeah. Coffee is weird though, because you don't feel it. Like for example, Adderall, something similar just works in the background, keeps you up. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know because... I mean, yeah, I guess it's just never really had an effect on me. I'd like to know what it's like though. Like when people talk about feeling a buzz, that kind of thing. Maybe I get that with energy drinks. I just don't know it yet. I am one with the grid. The grid is with me. Let the grid run through your blood. Let it run through you. All hail the grid. Try size attribute instead of style on the image. Size attribute. I don't think I've used that much before. Let me check it out. Specify an initial width. Huh. Attributes. Let me see on MDN. Sizes. Size. Is it sizes with an S? I wonder. Let me remove this. Let me copy this up here. Adderall is insane though. It's kind of my emergency pill. I took it a couple times. Ah. Oh no, I forgot to change the... Oh right, and this is not good box anymore. Keep forgetting. Yikes. Big yikes. This needs to be... 50. Let's try a lower size maybe. Oh wait, yeah, I'll try the size of this. Okay, yeah, I think it's definitely the image. Maybe it's just not suited for this kind of thing, because the other Twitch grid didn't do that either. It just animated some parts. Sizes. I mean, if it comes down to it, we can just do... Maybe it could be... Maybe we could do this in Canvas. I feel like if we did this in Canvas, it would be probably a lot better then. As a DOM. But Disto is probably going to hate me because he hates Canvas stuff. Kappa. So you meant width and height. The sizes may do it too. Oh wait. Try size attribute instead of style on the image. I'm not sure if I understand. What do you mean just like not in the CSS, you mean on the actual element itself? Because I think I already tried that, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay, you meant that. It's like that, right? I didn't do something wrong when I... Because then they just don't show up at all, which is super weird. Why is it 0? Oh. Does it just need to be... Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, it's still the same, pretty much. Oof. I feel like this would... I think you can use Anime.js in Canvas, can't you? Oh no, you can't because it targets DOM elements. So that probably wouldn't work actually. Maybe if we... What if instead of a image I set... No, that sounds like it would just be super hacky. If I had the divs and then I set the like a background URL, background image URL on the div. I don't think that would be any better. You could have a container around an image and give responsive width and set sizes on container. Do you mean just like doing the staggering myself? I wonder. Oh god. That kind of almost seemed okay. But then the image wasn't... Okay, I haven't played around with background image too much. What's the, how do I size background image size? Background size. There's a shortcut for it, isn't it? Background. Here's background. Maybe. I don't think this is gonna work, but I just want to see. Okay, so background size. I think I just set the wrong shorthand. Hey, that's definitely a lot smoother. And it looks like... Oh, okay, it's still... Let's make that bigger. Okay. Definitely seems to be smoother at least. Ah. But Digital's method also sounds like a good thing to test. Typing on tablet is meh. You know who to thank? Mr. Skeletor. Thank you, Mr. Skeletor. You know what that also reminds me of? Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. Help, I want to get off. Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. That's cool looking. Very cool. Is there anything else in the... I mean, playing around with the other... Like, what if we did... scale? What if we did rotation? What if we did like 90 and then minus 90? Okay, that didn't do a thing. Maybe I'm just not using rotation correctly. I'm pretty sure this is like from and to. I'm not mistaken. Does it need to be like degrees? Oh, that's not what I wanted. No. What is rotation? I don't need that anymore. Properties. Not SVG. Parameters. Animation parameters. No. Values. No, it has to be properties. Transforms. Oh, maybe it's... Yeah. Transform, rotate. Okay, that makes sense. So that's scale. Wait, it is rotate. Oh, it's not rotation, it's rotate. What? Okay, that's just I don't know if there's a thing I should do. What if I did start at 10 and go to 0? That's a pretty cool effect. It's definitely some possibilities here. um OG memeing right there. And buy it from a local dude in random Poland. Nobody has it. Though sounds like heaven for a student that can't really concentrate on subjects he finds boring. AKA me. Are you by any chance going through Warlock again? Kappa. How could you hate Warlock? It looks amazing. Maybe I should do a Warlock stream one day. And you can teach me all about it. Speaking of teaching, I'm yawning, which is probably not a good sign. It's 3 AM, so I'm probably gonna head on out of here for now. Is everyone else? They are. Yikes. I don't hate it though, it's just not what you think it is. Designed to teach about object-based structures and systems. Ah. The way you described it to me was like JavaScript meets object-oriented design, which is pretty interesting since JavaScript is not really OO. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go get some sleep while I can, and be back soon, hopefully. I'm thinking I might try the Turing test next stream. It'll be good to play a space game. You guys know I like my space games. As long as there aren't any rogue AI to try and trap me outside, I think we'll be okay. But to everyone here, thanks for hanging out. It was good to see you all again. And yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your night. I'm going to attempt to sleep. I feel like I might succeed actually. I'm quite tired. And I'm going to run an ad break before I go. No, just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'd probably make like a cent. Actually, it says on my dashboard that I've earned 5 cents, I think, which is pretty weird. I don't know if that's just from pre-roll ads or something. But yeah. Hope you guys have a good one. And I'll catch you soon. Peace. Let's see if the transition works. it barely works. Okay, that was just lag. I don't know. I need a PC. Asahi, what? Thank you for the resub at the last second. 13 months, but also Project T when? I don't know. Definitely before Halloween, for sure. Also, let me refresh this to get Asahi's name up in there. I call dibs first. Oh, definitely. I'm probably going to be rolling it out to subs and just people in the Discord first as a beta test, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes, how we progress from there. I'm sure people are going to find ways to break it, and actually I still need to make the widget, so that's something I need to do, and probably urgently. But yeah, hope you have a great night. I'm gonna go get some sleep, and I'll catch you guys soon.